do need this. I mean, it's handy to have sandwich board signs. Those are the ones I'm thinking of that are in the pole barn. Aren't there 2 sandwich board signs?
Are those the like ones that open up and
Yeah.
sit like a tent?
Yeah. Don't we have them?
I went and looked in the pole barn and I didn't see them, but I could have missed them.
Let me see what I. The big one that says the library book sale
Sure. Yeah.
behind the hula hoops. So maybe there's one sign.
Okay. I guess yeah, we could take it. Yeah.
It must be our sign, right?
Sure, but I've never like seen it or used it, so yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Or I could put it in my barn. But okay.
Yeah, and then so I think they want your approval for that.
Yeah.
Or just acknowledgement or.
Do I hear a motion to approve space in the basement for the welcome wagon?
Yeah, so moved.
Second.
You second. Okay.
All in favor. Great.
And then on the 3rd page you'll just see a breakdown of how we used our staff hours, and then an updated director's checking account summary.
Yeah, Kate, this is great. Thank you for changing the format.
Oh, okay.
It's nice to see the trends.
Yeah.
Did you say we initial this or just we all?
Well, I mean, I think if it's in the minutes that you guys
Okay.
approve it, then.
Okay. Great.
Well, I bet.
It's all you, Karen.
Okay. Oh, 1 sec. Just need a drink.
What's in that next thing?
Here's budget versus actual. And who else wants one? Anybody?
That one, I'll take it.
Okay, we got $3.79 in interest in the different accounts. The $360.77 from the Barney Flanders, Ruth Leonard funds have been deposited into the trustees fund. The $50 donation from Daniel Moore is in the trustees fund. We've all initialed the accounting policy statement, which I will hand in to Sarah. Oh, now we need to look at the receipts and sign those, including one that kind of got overlooked.
Well,
May I ask a question?
Sure.
So, as you're moving into budgeting process for next year,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to clarify, my understanding is that this report only reflects monies that the town has spent.
Correct.
It doesn't reflect what has come out of the trustees' account towards our expenses, but those expenses are budgeted, so how are we gonna handle that? Cause it looks like we've underspent our budget significantly, which could be used as an argument
And it's also
to trim our budget for next year, so I'm wondering, how do we reflect the full expenses so that the budget committee and the select board considers all of the expenditures and not just what hits this spreadsheet.
Right, so we also need to somehow request, because this includes the $2,000 in gross basis that was allocated to us at last year's budgeting process. So that percentage alone, without even the trustees putting in any,
Right.
is, it should be really
I
out
just
of
wanted
17,874.
to accurately reflect the expenses and the expenditures and can get in trouble again.
Yeah. Yep. No, we have that in our notes for our budget
Okay.
presentation.
Good.
I'm also curious, because we talked about sending in a reimbursement to the town for a couple bills that we had, right, for like the Library Trustees Association.
Yep, that's coming up, but I got, let me see, so the town, I turned in the requests for payment, and the town paid for the New Hampshire Library Trustees Association, the Park Street Foundation, which is an annual fee for downloadable books, and a bill from JBC Septic. Mhm.
So that will increase, and that will increase, okay. So we'll see that reflected in, I guess, the November, next month's budget report for November's.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, so we need to look at the receipts here. Let's see.
But we also spent the interest from that trust fund for overdrive as well. But that wasn't the complete bill? Was the complete bill paid with that?
I think,
So
so
did,
you submitted to the town but didn't use the $300 from the.
that's my confusion.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Right.
what?
so there was $300 of interest.
Oh, the
That-
370 or something?
Right, I thought that that's what was being used to pay the overdrive subscription. And so that needs to appear
Okay.
in the accounting of expenses. But then you say you asked the town to pay that bill as well? That's what I'm confused about.
How much, do you know what the total was?
It was like $484 for the overdrive.
Yeah,
So maybe,
I think the town paid the whole, I have a copy in here. Too many papers.
I'm only bringing this up because if the town paid it, then it is gonna be reflected in this spreadsheet. But if we paid it with the interest that came to the trustees account, it wouldn't be reflected here.
Oh, I
And
didn't,
that's a lot of money on such a small budget
I
that I
didn't,
would want to see.
I didn't pay it from the Ruth Leonard Barney
I
Flanders.
thought that was the agreement.
Oh,
Well, we deposited that money into the director's checking account, didn't we?
no, I put it in the trustees in case I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
mail it
Yeah.
somewhere.
So that
Well,
was
no, if they paid it, that's a media item.
Right,
So now is that a required operational expense now?
That is our argument.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yes.
an MOU. Yeah.
Which,
Yes.
that's what I would hope, but,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, it was for the 484, which I believe was
Yeah.
the whole thing, and the town.
Well, I think that's great, I'm not criticizing
Yeah.
that, I'm just wanting clarity.
So we can use the $370 for something else.
Was that one of the interest-only accounts for,
It was
It
for
was for
books.
me-
Oh, yes,
It was
yes.
for books, and you
Yes.
got the determination that ebooks are
Are
e-books,
Right.
and that we could use it for that,
right?
so you can still use it for books.
Well, so
Sweet.
when we deposit it into your director's
Okay.
account, which is what we'll have to
Okay.
do, which your director's account is pretty low at this point.
Okay, so
$150.
I'll deposit it into the directors. so that was batteries, right? Batteries at Price Chopper. Seventeenth, yeah. 22.
Okay, so there were no donations or anything this month. Okay.
Oh, I have to talk about donations in a minute. And this looks like books from Amazon. Barcode scanner.
It's wireless. It's really neat.
Oh, wireless. Wireless barcode. Wireless handheld barcode. But you know. Okay, that was $25.63. But you saved $3.84. Acrylic book stand, book display easel. And that's it. Okay, we have one more thing, which is pretty darn interesting.
Money, donations. Oh,
My uncle donated $1,000 for anything the library wants to use it for.
Yeah, your uncle.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I, of course, already wrote to him thanking him, but do you still thank him as the secretary? If you do, that's his address.
okay.
Yes, I was telling him all the great things that the library does, and he was so impressed he wrote out a check for $1,000.
That's awesome.
And I believe that's all I have to say. Oh, except for, do I just deposit this into the trustees and then would this help to keep the library open for longer so we can handle cake day or anything? I should just put it in the trustees and we'll figure out what to do with it later?
I think so.
Or do you want it in,
I think we've had to deposit into the trustees account and then you guys decide where it goes. Yeah.
I think that's what.
okay, oh, we have to
That's what I would do.
ask if we accept this donation, right?
Mhm.
Nah, we don't want it.
Do you want to make a motion?
I make a motion that we accept my generous uncle's donation of $1,000.
And is that the only donation for this month?
It is.
For the minutes?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All in favor? I think that's unanimous. So that's great. I will send a thank you note out
Okay, thank
to Mr.
you. Andreasen.
Andreasen. Okay, that's great. Maybe the trustees can go on a little vacation before Christmas. Okay, that is technically the end, except for public comment. Gary, Paul.
Shh. No, I'm just kidding.
I've already set it up, I think.
Okay, all right.
Briefly, is there any chance that I could get you guys to record your own meetings?
Sure.
That's what I was saying.
It would be very helpful to me. I'm spread thin. I got a lot
Oh,
to do.
I can't believe you do it all.
Yeah.
If you guys could find a way to record it, and I can help facilitate if you tell me what you need. But nowadays, most people carry more tech in their pocket than what I'm
That's true.
sporting on this tripod.
I second that motion.
Yeah, so we would have to just find the filming equipment. I mean, that's what you're saying, right? Like
Whatever
have
it
someone's
takes, yeah, whatever you need. I mean, nowadays, if you guys have a laptop here, I mean, like a webcam would probably do it with a good mic on it. I could probably even scrape one up.
Is that a
We can-
requirement?
we can
in the
try.
town?
It's not a requirement. It
Yeah.
would so it'd be a service that we'd offer,
Yeah.
and
I
that
think
is
it's in your best interest.
sure. I mean, that is something that when I talked to the New Hampshire Municipal Association, that a lot of towns, it's a town service that they do the filming of the meetings, and it can be considered official record at that point. This has been all Paul and Denise's service as a volunteer thing to the town. Yeah,
I don't want to make it difficult for you. I really think with the software that's freely available
Yeah.
and just a webcam, it's just throwing the right switch and
Yeah.
pushing a couple buttons.
So we want to save you a night.
That'd be
of
great.
the month. Yeah,
You're cutting into my beer time, man.
yeah. Just bring it here. That's fine. So we'll
beer
try.
day, beer night at the library.
He wants to be in touch with you before December's meeting to let
Yeah.
you know if we figured it out.
Do you have my number?
Okay.
I'll
Just
help
have
you
one more
figure it out.
question, I'm not sure. Is there a equivalent sheet for this, for the entire library funds, not just the town part?
That's,
Karen does a report of,
but there's no consolidated
That's what I'm
budget.
asking.
There is none, it drives me crazy.
I
Because
mean,
it
all
makes
the
it,
other gross budget accounts, like for the recreation and the ambulance and the recycling facility, all have their own top level sheet, and then they show the town funds over and above that, and they have their gross basis adjustments in that same budget. Do we have one of these for?
So the answer is no.
and-
Yeah, we've
and
talked
we
about it,
really need it.
and in the past it's been done. I mean, it sometimes just involves the treasurer, and Karen stepped in as treasurer and has been learning the ropes. Would be nice is seeing that example. Did Sue used to do them for all the groups?
I don't think so.
She used to do a lot, I know that.
Yeah.
She's been very knowledgeable about all stuff around town. I could believe that she might have done a lot of it, but I don't know, wasn't here then. Like I said,
Who's the treasurer for the cemetery trustees or for like the rec?
I think that might be Cindy. Well, I think Cindy is for the cemetery. I know she, I don't know.
Cindy's like the only person on the cemetery for a while, right?
Pretty much.
But I think that would be so helpful, because we run up against this every year at budget time. And
Yeah.
There has to be extra work to compile what's been spent outside the realm of this spreadsheet. So that would be great.
Okay, I'll look into
But-
that.
Karen's just been working with the lack of systems we have, which isn't easy.
Oh, did you wanna keep this letter from the Welcome Wagon Committee?
Well, the only point of it was there to be an official decision
Yeah.
that
Oh.
we
It
could
just
use.
needs to
Yeah,
be-
we don't need a letter, we just felt that it was polite to get official permission to use the space.
Alright, there being no other business, let's adjourn at 7:51.